So, you answered the call to become an elder for Canyon Hills Presbyterian Church. Good for you, and good for us as well. If you are new to this ruling elder thing, you might wish there was an instruction manual or something. I am Bill Berger, also known as the Burger Man, and I feel your pain, or confusion, or frustration, whatever. I had about 90 days experience as an elder before COVID-19 turned my world upside down, so I don't have nearly the experience your peers have. But I do know about making instructional videos, so here we go. We are ruling elders, and that means we are supposed to lead. No pressure, right? But we don't do it alone, even when meeting in person is difficult. We each have our area of specialty, and we are to have a committee that meets once a month to help us deliberate on decisions within that specialty. No dictator stuff. All the elders form a group called Session that meets typically once each month. Sometimes additional meetings are called in crazy times like, church catches fire, global pandemics, rivers of blood, infestations of locusts. At these meetings, we collectively make decisions that lead the church. Again, no dictator stuff. To be fully participating in the session meeting, elders are to send Session notes from our individual meetings. To do that, we need to take notes. To do that, we need to hold a meeting. To do that, at least right now, we need to use something like Zoom. So let's start with Zoom. It's one thing to attend a Zoom meeting, and quite another to host one, but not too difficult. Even I can do it. First, you need to visit zoom.us. If you type zoom.com out of habit, it will take you to the right place, so don't worry. Then, click on the Sign Up It's Free button. Provide them with your birthday. There are restrictions if you're a minor. You will need to provide them with a valid email address. You just can't make one up. Or you can log in with an existing account, such as an existing Zoom account or Google or Facebook profile, or SSO. If you don't know what SSO is, don't worry, you probably don't have it. If you give them your email address, they'll send you an email with a button to click to verify the address was accurate. I told you you couldn't just make one up. You'll give them a little more information. You can skip the Invite Colleagues, Don't Zoom Alone page. They give you a little button to click to do that. Then start your first meeting. Even though you don't have anybody else to attend, just start it anyways. Once you know it works, go ahead and close the meeting, and you've done it. You've made your first meeting. Here's how you schedule a meeting. Choose the blue Schedule button instead of the much more commonly clicked orange New Meeting button. The orange one starts a meeting now. The schedule lets you make a meeting in the future. I think it's a good idea to rename the meeting under the topic at the top. Under security, I like to put in a meaningful code rather than the random one they generate. So I'm the elder for outreach. I like outreach if it's the outreach meeting. Under video, I click to turn on the video for both the host and the participants. It saves a couple of steps at the beginning of the meeting, and you don't need to teach people how to do it when they're attending the meeting. Choose a calendar you wish to use. Really, it's your choice. Under Advanced, I like to allow participants to join anytime. Click Save, and you're nearly done. I know it sounds like a lot of steps, but it becomes easier with repetition. The last step is to invite your participants. After you click Save, a page opens up, and there's a blue button that says Copy to Clipboard. If you click that button, it will copy the invitation link to the clipboard, so that you can then paste the invitation into an email, whichever email tool you're using, and send it to all of your committee members. Again, while this seems like a lot of steps, you and your committee can just keep reusing that same link every month. You don't need to do it over again. If you use the free version of Zoom, you can have meetings with 3 or more participants for up to 40 minutes. After 40 minutes, the meeting closes automatically and they ask you if you want to upgrade. If you are nearly done, you can just relaunch the meeting by clicking on that same link again, and if your participants do so, you can have another meeting for up to 40 minutes, and then it will kick you out again. Meetings with only 2 computers or paid subscriptions don't have a time limit. Now let's talk about taking notes. I like to talk, and I do not like taking notes while I talk. So I asked a committee member to be the secretary and take the notes for the committee. If you like to take notes yourself, feel free to do so. It's the generating of the notes that's important. Now, notes can be done in a word processor, or a spreadsheet, or even on paper, but they will need to be put into some electronic version eventually for review by the committee and submission to session. It is very helpful if meetings follow a predictable pattern. You can ask one of your peers for the outline they use. Opening and closing the meeting with prayer is appropriate. A printed agenda is very useful, and also a convenient place to make handwritten notes. Elders have traditionally kept a binder, and have often handed it off to their replacement, so you might already have one. But if you don't, go ahead and make a binder yourself. Keep notes of everything that you've done, and then you could hand it off to the next person who's elected in 3 years. Thank you for listening.